where Ian is, but I think I owe him a huge thank you for switching for me after major travel debacles. We didn't make it until late yesterday. If any of you have contacts at American Airlines and I could get some bonus miles comped, that would be lovely. All right, well, let's get into this. Maybe if I can figure out the clicker. Why are we not moving? All right, here we go. Let's just learn a little bit about who is GroundTruth. So we're an advertising platform that turns real-world behavior, like location, purchase data, into the marketing that drives in-store visits and other real business results. Think incremental sales. I think that's something that we heard earlier. Units moved. Those real tangible results. So we just help brands with campaigns from beginning to end, with targeting tactics, developing audiences, and just that media serving down to measurement. So that's kind of us, very high level. And what we firmly believe is that where people go in the real world is the strongest indicator of intent. I often joke that if you looked at my husband's browsing history, you would think that we are buying ATVs, boats, trucks, not cleaning supplies. That's definitely not something he's searching. But if you look at where he goes in the real world, you would quickly learn that he is going to an office every day. You could tell that we have children. He's at sports complexes in the evening. He's doing school pickup. He's probably eating out during the day way more often than he should. So your Chick-fil-A's of the world. But that really tells us who he is as a person and as a consumer. And so that in-store purchases, we understand that a lot of times they're influenced by search, maybe social, but those don't always tell the full story. And so while search, social, influencers can have a really big impact on your broader reach, the in-store visit is crucial to really understanding who that customer is. And so what we've learned is that almost half of the shoppers in the U.S. actually find a new product for the first time while being inside of a physical location. So making sure that you're reaching that audience based on their real-world behaviors, like I mentioned, past visitation, past purchases, also helps complete and complement some of your other marketing strategies. So you can see here that about 1 in 4 shoppers search for a product after seeing it in the store. So to only focus on audiences who are searching, for example, would leave a big potential loss for a customer base that you're missing out on. So we want to make sure that we're reaching those shoppers where we have their attention. And as we all know, media consumption is crazy high levels. You can see here that between 13 and 14 hours of media consumed per day. If you've ever been brave enough to look in your phone and see your screen time, it's actually pretty mortifying for me. But you can see here that so many different options where we could have the consumer's attention, and a lot of these hours likely overlap. My husband also gets really upset with me when he puts on a show in the evening, and I get annoyed with the show, and I ask if we can please put something else on. He's like, well, all you're doing is sitting there on your phone. And that's because it's a lot of cross-device, and the hours truly do overlap. I also want to note that this about mobile can't be real because we take our phones everywhere, including the bathroom. So this has to be higher than 4 to 5 hours, but that's what Nielsen and eMarketer are telling us. So making sure that we understand who your audience is that we truly want to reach. We want to reach them on the device where we have their attention to really be able to promote your message and drive them, whether it's in-store, whether it's online, whatever that main goal is that you have, that's what we want to do for you. And when we do that, we want to make sure that we're really giving you the results that you're looking for, whether that's we can report back on in-store visits, if we can report back on visits from CTV to audio, from mobile, even our audience-based direct mail, we're going to be able to tell you how many people saw that and then visited the store. We're also going to be able to give you all of your vanity metrics, but we want to go beyond that. We want to make sure that if it's an e-commerce focused program that we're giving you those carded dollars, your click-through rates, those type of things, and then giving you the sales. Ultimately, that's what sales is king. So whether it's in-store or online attribution, that's what we want to make sure we're providing you. I know that there's a ton of partners to choose from, and everyone has wonderful offerings. So it's key that you find someone that will help your brand drive those results that you're truly looking for, whether it is awareness, visits, clicks, incremental sales. Here you can kind of see one that we had the opportunity to work with. It's a men's premium grooming product, and we were able to produce a 12% sales lift at Walmart stores. This is when we were using mobile and CTV top networks, and so this was just able to help prove our success with Duke Cannon. Secondly, Gary's Quick Steak Sells Sizzle. I don't know who came up with that title, but we're going to have to revisit that because that's a mouthful. But you can see that there was a 30% lift tied when we had a blend of mobile, CTV, and audio. That's actually 50% higher than what we've typically see with just mobile and CTV. So making sure that you're layering on those other channels, again, reaching the audience where we have their attention is what's most important. And lastly, this one was for Dr. Scholl's. This was an e-commerce focused campaign where we were driving to Amazon. I can't share the investment, but I just wanted to note that it is relatively small, but we were still able to cart over 13,000 products with a value of $230,000. So whether it's in-store or it's online, we can do both. And that's what we do. We understand that behavioral data is really critical in today's world, and we want to make sure that we're reaching them where they are active and truly paying attention. So making sure that you understanding who they are is what's critical. All right.
Woo. All right.